Two. YouTube, what is up? We are here with more NFL draft coverage for the 2023 NFL draft, sponsored by Little Caesars or whoever the hell it is this year. Uh,
The bastards never sent us a jacket either.
they should have sent us a
Nope.
jacket or something. Little Caesars, we're
Pizza,
still
pizza.
praying on you. But anyways, we are here with the fourth overall pick. We're talking about the Indianapolis Colts, the former home of Peyton Manning and other greats. And speaking of Peyton Manning, I think we could probably all agree the biggest need this team has is the quarterback position.
For sure.
I
For
think
sure.
I think that's where they're going to go. Zach, who, if you were the Colts, would you take with the fourth overall pick?
I go CJ Stroud. I just prefer he's my quarterback too. Um, I just prefer Stroud over Levis. I just think Levis they're just different players. Levis, he could be something really good, but you just have to break him of his bad habits, and that team don't want to wait. They see the thing about them is, as Houston, if we go Bryce Young number 2, we have time to develop.
Mm-hmm.
I go CJ Stroud at number 4. It's kind of more important that you go now, that you perform faster because you got Jonathan Taylor in his prime. Like, I don't have time for you to wait.
Yeah.
True. This is true. Besides quarterback, is there any other entertaining position that you would think about here?
I would also consider O line as priority number 2, and then probably 3. I would prioritize secondary.
I agree.
Uh, I would probably
Colts.
flip flop 3 and 4 between secondary and receiver. I think that team is missing one more receiver.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, I mean, with Bryce Young going to, I think for sure. I mean, I've seen the Will Levis talk where they're going. I think that's just smokescreen, especially now that CJ Stroud's declared for the draft. I think you have to go in for exactly what Zach said. You have Pittman out there that is a good receiver. I mean, you have Jonathan Taylor. We've seen what happens in that division with a dominant running back, Derrick Henry, and if you get a quarterback that can at least do something, you're now pretty much up there competing with Jacksonville, with whatever the hell Houston ends up getting, and if they put a quality product out there. I feel that that's been the carousel that this team has been doing for the past few. Phillip Rivers, Nick Foles, Matt Ryan. It's like, okay, let's get a young QB. And it's just for the Colts. I mean, you're used to it. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck. Like, you're used to seeing that quarterback there that's just with the team. And I think you have to do it because you can't do another carousel of, oh, do we go get Derek Carr? Do we go get it? It's just no. Like, that fan base is getting restless a bit on it.
I would be too if I had a talent like Jonathan Taylor not performing. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the team is ready to win. Like they have holes for sure, but like they're a couple pieces away, I'd say.
well, see, here's my problem with that statement.
Okay.
Who the fuck is their coach? Like, that team has
Good question.
talent. I'll give them that, but we don't like. What are y'all gonna do with it?
That's for a coach to decide though. Like at the end of the day, we can sit back here and say like, well, if they don't have a coach, they don't have anything. But assuming they get the perfect candidate, like they have all the pieces in place ready to go. They just need a couple upgrades at a couple positions, and I feel like they're contenders. That's and honestly, like
You know
I
what
know
my
I know
issue
I,
with the Colts is? And
go
I'm gonna
ahead.
tell you this because we were as Houston Texans fans, we're probably the worst team in football, like from start to finish. We never had a problem with the Colts. Like, there's nothing that you do that scares me. So I think they need to decide how they're going to build their team. Are we going to score or are we going to defend? Because you got a Jonathan Taylor, but you have really good playmakers on defense also. So do you like focus all your assets on building a better defense after Stroud at 4?
That was kind of my question because like as much as Nick just said it, like they're kind of sick of it. Derek Carr to Indy would not be a bad move by any means. Like I know you're sick of the quarterback carousel, but like if
Yeah.
you get Derek Carr, you can keep him for the next 2 or 3 years and he'll be okay.
Word.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't cost you the fourth overall pick and you can focus on talent, I wouldn't be surprised about that either.
But is that just easy for us to say because that's not our team and we're not getting Derek Carr? Like, is that just bullshit logic? Because like, if I was an Indy fan, I would not want that. I would not. And I can only speak from like our experience as Texas fans. Like, I just want new and fresh. I don't want somebody else's washed up trash.
True. This is
That's why I go Stroud at 4.
Yeah.
I personally like until the draft day comes and they don't take him, I will 1,000% believe that Will Levis is the pick. But 2 versus 1, I'm on board. We can take CJ Stroud here as the Indianapolis Colts.
From the people I've been seeing on Twitter, like actual NFL sources that are saying that they are really in on Will Levis,
I mean, Will
it's
Levis
making
is,
it's making me believe that he is really on their draft board, high, early, and mighty on it. And I mean, and we've seen it before. I mean, who the hell is Zach Wilson jumping up these boards during last year?
Daniel
Like,
Jones.
yeah, I mean, we've seen it before, and so
The thing about it is I think that the whole combine and pro day thing is gonna benefit Will Levis so much because the media is gonna push him in that direction.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's a quick quarterback. He's got some legs. I feel like a dual threat between him and Jonathan Taylor or something Indy's gonna love.
I'm not the biggest CJ Stroud fan. Nick will tell you, like, I'm not, but I'll give credit where credit is due. I'll say this: the past 2 years in his bowl games, the 2 biggest games of his life, he showed up.
Yeah,
he's a big game player. The problem is he don't always win them. He don't beat Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't win, but he shows up to play. It reminds me of Deshaun Watson. So you gotta, if Indy's cool with that, it's still something better than fucking Nick Foles and Carson Wentz.
And another thing too is, I mean, speaking on the division, I mean, you have the Texans in your division with the top pick and another pick. You have Trevor Lawrence pretty much shining right now, so he looks like he's the future of that franchise easily. So you need to put yourself in a way to compete with that. I mean, Titans are the only other team that don't have a quarterback. So if you can be one of the top 3 with a quarterback in that division, I feel you have to. I mean, it puts you over another running heavy team that is kind of lost also. And I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some fans that want the veteran, especially with the way Geno and Mariota played this year.
Right.
A lot of people are 50-50 on do I get a veteran and then build my young quarterback up, or how do I do it? And I don't think there's really a blueprint on who's successful and who's not, because you can look at both sides of the fence and be like, oh, that guy sucked, or that guy did really good. And I just feel like for what they are doing, if you're sold on him, I mean, if you're sold on Will Levis, I mean, I guess I'm cool with it. But I'm also a Texans fan, so I don't mind playing him 2 times.
I guess we come collectively together. We say it's quarterback. We'll say CJ Stroud for now, and place hold that. Like I said, I still believe it's Will Levis, but that is what it is. Indianapolis Colts fans, if you made it to this point in the video, make sure you hit like, comment down below what your team should do in the free agency pool versus the draft. Let us know what y'all need to add, everything along those lines. Make sure you hit the sub button. We're going to be doing draft coverage. We're going to have somebody from the Colts fandom in here to talk about that pick, and we'll see you on the next one. Doses.